Welcome back, children of the popcorn. It is I,
Hello.
Mr. Popcorn. Yes, I have the Baron here with me. How are you, Baron?
Hello. I'm well, and yourself, Mr.
How
Popcorn.
are you, Baron Elocution? I'm good. I'm glad
Yeah,
we're going down under tonight. Australian horror
yeah.
series, yes, we are continuing. Uh, but this one is particularly down under for us anyway. It's in Victoria, not up here in Queensland, in Brisbane. We're going down to Victoria. It was shot a lot in Melbourne here, by the certain looks of it, definitely. And yes, enough preamble. We are doing Leigh Whannell's Upgrade 2018. I'll throw it out there to start. Great little film. Really enjoyed this one. I saw it the first time at Peter Jackson Cinema, called the Embassy in Wellington, New Zealand. That's the capital of New Zealand there. Americans, Peter Jackson did Lord of the Rings and Dead Alive, Brain Dead as you know it. Um, yeah, and I like Leigh Whannell. I am slowly becoming convinced, I'm just going to throw it out there for a bit of sizzle anyway, that he is the secret creative genius behind the Whannell Wan combination. Yeah.
Mm,
Because he's proved himself with this, and he's also very much proved himself, in my opinion, with The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss. Yeah.
yeah.
That's with Universal Studios with their Dark Universe. That actually counts as one of the films. Yeah, and that's absolutely fantastic. And of course, you know him from Saw and Insidious and all the work that he's done with his creative partner, soul brother James Wan. Shout out to him. We've covered both of these people on the pod. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And it was great to watch it again. Stands up, in my opinion. Okay. We'll tell you to go away for spoilers soon. First, we must hear from the Baron. What do you think upon rewatching? And what's your general
Yeah.
history, feelings, thoughts of Whannell's
Um,
Upgrade?
I really enjoyed it the first time I saw it. I bought it on DVD, so much so that I paid money for it.
Nice.
It's got that lovely blend of sci-fi, cyberpunk, and horror that I like.
Sure.
Uh,
Cyberpunk, yes, yes.
Probably lighter on the horror with this one. I mean, obviously there's some horrific elements with some of the body horror in it. Um, but I really enjoy it. I like the camera work, especially the camera work in the
Yeah,
fight scenes in particular. It's very good.
yeah,
And the main actor there, Logan Marshall Green, is very good.
absolutely.
His work when he's being himself and when he's being STEM,
Hmm.
you can actually
Hmm.
see him transition between the two identities in the moment on
Hmm.
screen with no camera tricks.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 definitely. Without a doubt, I concur completely. Uh, do we know who voiced? Okay, let's tell them to go away now because I'm already starting to jump around. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was about to ask a certain question that I just in time realized your lucky children was going to be a spoiler. Go away and watch it now. I rented this on YouTube for $5. It's well worth it. Trust me, you get it for 48 hours. Baron, you bought it on DVD. But
When it
that's all
first
I
came.
could find. VPNs exist, as you know.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Those who have watched or those who have just decided to stay. STEM. Do we know who
Yes.
voiced STEM?
Yes. STEM is voiced by an Australian actor called Simon Maiden.
Okay.
Um, Simon
That's my
Maiden doesn't
favorite.
have a it's
Sorry.
STEM's great.
That's my favorite acting
Simon
on the whole thing. Yeah. The voicing of STEM.
Oh yeah, it's very good. It's very
Mm.
good. Doesn't have a particular horror background. A lot of Australian TV. Um, but yeah, not a lot of horror stuff. Unless you count Son of the Mask, but that's more horrific than horror, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, no, no, no. The tones, what's a better way to put this? STEM, it was in the dialogue. I was able to voice it. Of course, it's enhanced. It's the voice of a
Yeah.
goddamn widget, microchip, whatever it is. Yeah. Of yeah, a evolved technology. Um, So no. It's it's what you imagine, it's what you expect. But with the dialogue, there's certain ways that it foreshadows. The foreshadow moments where it adds a little bit of a tone to it and it reveals a sadistic side that is
Yeah,
slowly revealed. And when you realize the twist, we won't go there yet. It goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. So that's why there was those little moments of like, move, Gray. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'll take over now. There's just a little tinge of evil to the voice, just a little
yeah.
tinge, which you're curious about on first watch, but when you go back and rewatch, because I watched it last night and today, just to make
Oh,
sure
no.
it's fresh for this,
Yep,
and it's like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Production design through the roof, good. Yeah, burn the
yep.
roof down, good. Really encapsulated all the necessary styles and colors and palettes, etc., of the genres and the references you mentioned. And
The
yeah, that's Matt.
only place, the only
Sorry,
place I feel like the production design was let down was in the biker bar.
really?
It,
Why?
look, I liked what they did, but there wasn't enough. It's
Okay.
like they got to 80%
Yeah,
and then stopped.
sure. I mean, yeah, I was a fan of the aesthetic, definitely, because it kind of
Yeah,
harkens to my own. So I dug that. But it was very staged looking.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think is what you're saying. Yeah. Um, did you recognize any? Have you been to Melbourne much? I've spent 2 weeks there on tour once.
I've probably been there 4 or 5 times. It was all of the sets and locations were familiar feeling. Like it didn't feel like America. It's supposed to be America. It didn't feel like America.
No. It's too close to home.
Yeah.
It's totally, even the light, it captures. Melbourne has this forest green, cobalt steel kind of combination to the light, certainly at certain times of day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is reflected on gigantic old European buildings, mixing with the fauna and that sort of thing. And they were able to capture that. And as soon as I saw that, that's Melbourne light. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But used really well, absolutely across the board. What do we think of? We'll get to our feelings on Leigh Whannell, your feelings, sorry, on Leigh Whannell soon.
Yeah.
What do we think of the? It's speculative sci-fi in terms of the predictive technology, the predictions of where the technology is going to go in the
Yeah.
not too distant future. It's not extrapolated. There's nothing crazy. You know what I mean?
No, there's even a
Yeah,
Cybertruck in
yeah, true. What did you think, though? What did you think of that being, a fan of sci-fi and such things?
it. It's close. It's close to what we've got now, but everything, as you say, was slightly extrapolated. Like it's the near future. It's not necessarily the far future. So there's familiarity with what we've got currently, and I think the production design has done a really good job of going, yeah, this is 10, 15 years in the future. So there's still old gear. There's still enough old gear for it to be realistic, but then it wasn't too over the top. It didn't go into like Judge Dredd 20,000,
No,
2008.
no. It's not dystopic.
No,
Yeah, yeah, it's easily 10 years until we're printing pizzas and we've got
yeah,
drones above our heads everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Certainly in America, where this is set, we have to remember that. Yes, that's trying to emulate a
Exactly.
thriving metropolis, not I don't know, I don't live there, a suburb of Melbourne, a Victorian suburb, throw it out there. um, yeah, no, that was all cool. Leigh Whannell, how do we feel about Leigh Whannell?
I like Leigh Whannell. Leigh Whannell is doing the creator's work, I think. I've yet to see, let me just have a little bit of look. I think I've yet to see something from Leigh Whannell that I didn't enjoy.
Let's run through his discography. Yeah, let's do that
Let's
because
see.
he's
So
one of our little
Insidious.
treasures. Yeah, the Insidious. Yeah,
Insidious.
he wrote that. Yes,
Yes.
and
He worked on
yeah,
which I enjoyed, even though it was the Zack Snyder DC, which I have a problem with only for style over substance reasons.
Mhm.
Lavalantula I enjoyed. Cooties I enjoyed. Actually, you might enjoy Cooties because it was um, it, uh, zombie film set in Australia.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and the zombie virus only affects children, I believe.
Hmm.
I really enjoyed it. Rainn Wilson is in it. Elijah Wood is in it.
Oh, okay. I like Elijah Wood. I watch
Yeah, yeah,
movies because of him. So you've pretty
yeah,
much convinced me there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no, it's fun. It's a bit of fun.
Mhm. Cool. What other ones has he done?
Saw. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
mention Lee
yeah.
without
Saw
Saw.
Insidious. He stepped in to direct for the first time for Insidious 3.
Yeah.
That was his first film. Yeah, and did he write the first two, if I'm not mistaken?
I
And
think
one
so. It was
directed.
short as well.
Yeah, there's the whole Saw thing.
Yeah, Leigh
Go
Whannell wrote with James Wan, so there's a double writing credit on that one.
for which one?
Saw.
Yeah, no, no. We've done the Saw episode. Go and check it out there, children, if you haven't.
Yeah. And there was a short that went before the first film that Lee
Yeah,
wrote without James Wan, but James
absolutely.
Wan directed it.
Yeah. What about Insidious? Did he write one and two?
I think so. Give me a sec.
Thank you.
Insidious
Appreciate
the Red Door, Insidious Chapter 3, Insidious Chapter 2, Insidious Spectral Sightings, Insidious to 2010. Has it really been 2010?
it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, written by Leigh Whannell, directed by James Wan.
For one and two?
For one, definitely. Chapter two is written by Leigh Whannell and James Wan, directed by James Wan. So it looks
Okay.
like based on
Okay.
this,
Okay. Okay.
about the sort of 2012,
So let's
2013,
clarify
they
that.
started writing things together.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah, check out Conjuring. Thank you for the views on that. Absolutely
Mm.
fantastic. And Insidious, we've covered by them, and Saw, of course, as well. Shout out Dorian.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, no, he is great. He is great, and I look forward to the Wolfman. Wolfman. Sorry.
Yes.
Which is coming out in January 2025. They're Children of the Popcorn. I've seen the trailer. It looks really good. You've got Julia Garner in there. Big fan of her from Ozark. Of course, fell in love with her there. Crazy talented. And she's also killed it apparently in apartment room 4A. Is that the title?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The Rosemary's Baby prequel, which I
Yeah.
need to watch. I'm going to watch that in streamers. I didn't want to see it in cinemas, but I will watch it on a
Yeah.
streamer. Apparently, now it's all right. You know, it's a bit on the
Yeah.
nose at times, but apparently it's pretty good. Rosemary's Baby, you a fan?
Yeah.
I need to watch it again. It bored me
Because
a
it's a
little.
classic.
Yeah. It is a classic. Oh, yeah. No, 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 no
Yeah.
doubt. Very foundational film as well. Polanski, go
Um,
fuck yourself, of course.
Interestingly, though, with Whannell, there is a sequel upgrade TV series in pre-production.
Yes, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. Yeah, there's such crazy horror things happening. There's a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, art. Yeah, it's up to what, 50 million? It was 42 yesterday. It's a couple of weeks
Uh,
old.
yes. Like it definitely the top killer clown movie of the 2020s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And shout out for the views there, children, as well on the Terrifier 3 episode. Really appreciated it. Gave it some love, that one, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. But back to Upgrade and Winnell. All right. So your production details. This one's written and directed by Leigh Whannell. He's on his way by this stage in 2018. It's produced by Jason Blum. This is a Blumhouse production.
It is,
It's one of
yes.
the
With
good
their,
ones.
I think it's the first iteration of their logo too, the BH logo.
No shit. No shit. Who else is it? No, I don't know those people. Producers. You've got Logan Marshall Green, Betty Gabriel, and Harrison Gilbertson. So Betty would be Asher, and Harrison Gilbertson would be what's his name, Mr. Mad Scientist with the fancy Asian-inspired clothing.
Aaron Keane, or Aaron,
That's
as
it.
they were calling
Yeah.
it. It's definitely Egon. It's definitely Elon Musk, basically.
Elon Musk. Yes, yes. Have you seen the one? Oh, what is he? Is he in the? No, I've been distracted. Production companies. Okay, we've got Blumhouse Productions and we've got Goalpost Productions. It's Australia. They're Australian. You've got Nervous Tick, which is also Australian. Nervous Tick is Productions. Film Victoria, Australia, of course.
Yep.
Distributors of note, Madman Entertainment, Australia. So this is a Madman film. We all know the logo. Runtime of 100 minutes. It's an Australian-American co-production. Budget of 3 million, and it made 17 million at the box office. That's pretty cool. And I'm sure it's made more on hard, not hard media. That's not the name of it.
Home media?
Physical. Yeah. I watched a Serbian film, Children. I'm recording this after that. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Oh, show me on the doll where it touched you, Mr. Popcorn.
Serbia's a country. Touch me everywhere, Scott. Everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
Everywhere. Okay. Upgrade is a 2018 cyberpunk action film. There you go. In terms of Wikipedia, you were pretty damn close there. Does have the horror element though to it, though, their children aspects. Certainly.
Definite body horror.
And there's some gore there. There's a couple of moments of very satisfying gore.
Yeah.
And this is dystopic, is a main genre point I want to point out. Yeah, that this is dystopic. It's dystopic sci-fi and dystopic. You don't get non-dystopic cyberpunk. That's one of its main tenets. Yeah.
I think this is dystopic sci-fi hiding as utopic. So you're supposed to think that the society is amazing, but it's hiding this underbelly of awfulness.
If you have a humanist point of view, this is definitely dystopic.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get there. Yeah. No, this is good. I haven't felt this way about a sci-fi since Gattaca, in terms of what it says. Yeah. Okay, Upgrade is a 2018 cyberpunk action film written and directed by Leigh Whannell, starring Logan Marshall, Green, Betty Gabriel, and Harrison Gilbertson. Follows a technophobe. Okay, our man, what's his name? It's Gray, yeah?
Gray.
Yeah, our man Gray, a technophobe. He's not a technophobe. He's old. He's an old school. No, he's an old school guy. The movie starts with him fixing up his muscle car, yeah?
Yeah, he's a mechanic.
He likes to work with his hands. He doesn't want to. He likes the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Please do not touch the steering wheel whilst in motion. Yeah. So he's alienated from this new world. Yeah. That makes him sound like he's 80 years old and he's trying to log into Facebook. Yeah. It's not that. It's not that fun.
No.
He's also a man's man, but he's not a jock. He's not toxic or anything like that. No. It's a well-balanced character.
Not super buff.
No, he's not.
He hasn't that action star body either. Like, he's kind of plain, which is great.
Yeah, he's a mechanic. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is just off Wikipedia, so if we need to build on what it's saying, expand on what it's saying, we certainly will. Okay, he's implanted with a chip. This is not the plot. This is not the plot of this stage. This is just the general synopsis, yeah? He's implanted with a chip that allows him to control his body after a mugging has left him paralyzed. That's the setup. The film was produced by Jason Blum under his Blumhouse Productions banner. After premiering on 10th of March 2018 at South by Southwest, Upgrade was released on 1st of June 2018 in the United States by OTL Releasing and Blumhouse Tilt. Don't know what Blumhouse Tilt is. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay. It's one of their ideas that didn't really go anywhere. And on 14th of June in Australia. Okay, that's when it came out in Australia. 2018. The film made 17 million on a $3 million budget. Excellent work, and received positive reviews from critics who called it one part the $6 million man.
Ah,
That's and one
okay.
part.
So
Hmm?
Blumhouse Tilt, if people are interested,
Yeah, go.
was a secondary label to Blumhouse to it was to delineate movies from the normal Blumhouse to movies that would go onto multi-platform release. So it was a more
Okay.
future-looking part of the label.
They're trying to navigate streaming. It was a
Yeah.
move to navigate the coming storm. Yeah,
Yep.
because there's already a kind of ocean. There was already an ocean there, but the storm hadn't appeared as it has now.
Yeah.
Okay, produced by Blum, under Blumhouse, blah, 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 blah. Okay, sorry, one part, $6 million man, which is hilarious. We
Yep.
both know that show there, Baron, being, Gen X's. One part,
Yeah. Yeah.
Death Wish. We both know Death Wish because
Yep.
that's a cult classic.
Yep.
Revenge fantasy, sure. Yeah, absolutely. And praised its dark humor and action
Yep.
sequences. I concur with both. I also like its humanist dystopic messaging and perspective. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you wanted to say before we go into this and break this down? If you haven't left and haven't seen, should
Yeah.
really
Let me
go
just have a
already.
quick look at my
The
notes.
twist is good, children. The twist is good.
Uh, no, I was going to mention about the sequel TV series. We've done that. And yeah, the only scene that felt like a scene to me was in the bar because I don't think the set dressing was completed.
Yeah, okay, sure, sure. 3 million's not a lot.
No, no.
But maybe they were going after because there was a use of negative space with the black.
Yeah.
Kind of got a feeling that's what they were going for. But yeah, small thing, small thing. Did it take away from the movie from you at all? No. Okay.
But they put a lot of money into the scene behind us. So the garage,
Hmm.
and Elon's house. I'm not going to call him Elon, like they call him
Yeah.
Aaron in the film. I'm going to call him Elon.
There's Elon
Um,
from here on in.
yes, Elon's place and Gray's place. They put a lot of work into.
Yeah.
That might be where a good part of the budget went.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, we've talked about the cinematography is really good, but so is the lighting and the color design as well. This is a really nice film to look at, especially for a low budget.
Very
Leigh
good.
also acts as well. He also writes.
Yes.
Of course, he did theatre at school. Um, well, no, 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 no. He did a little bit, I think. He was more known as the movie guy at school. That was
Yeah.
his thing. That was what he was known for. It became a shtick, his gimmick, and then led on to his career. Yeah. Loves Jaws. That's where it started for him as a kid. Of course, like a
Yeah.
lot of us, you're in the ballpark, you're in the bar of those people there, Baron.
Yeah.
Respect to Jaws, of course.
Of course.
And yeah, and horror. What was this horror thing? Basically, it was Jaws. He was also a Goonies kid, E.T. kid, Spielberg, Lucas, all that sort of thing. Yeah, he's definitely a cinema person as well as a horror person. Um, yeah, they've just really made their bones in horror, of course.
Really have.
Okay, but they can also do sci-fi because this is way more sci-fi. In 2046, there we go. Gray
Yeah.
Trace, an auto mechanic, lives with his wife, Asher, who works for Cobalt. That is Cobalt. Yeah. One of the companies contributing to human computer augmentations. She robotic limbs for prisoners who have had them blown off in war. It's a very nice
Yeah.
company. Gray asks Asher to help him return a refurbished car to his client, Elon, a renowned tech innovator. While visiting his home, Elon reveals his latest creation. I liked how they had the cloud, it
Yeah.
was
That was
forming,
lovely.
working with, that was really nice. That looked really
Yeah.
nice.
And then later
Um,
they paid that off with him sitting in the rain inside the house.
very good. Yeah, very good. I like that. Okay, so yeah, they end up at his house. Now, while visiting his home, Elon reveals his latest creation, a chip called STEM, and that's all caps. So they're going off STEM.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that can manage a human's motor functions. Do you want to break that down a little more?
Well, no, basically, he's effectively a quadriplegic. They implant a
Mhm.
chip into his spinal column. It can then take over sending the messages, which is a bit of bullshit because if his spine's busted, there's
I
no way
mean,
for them to
yeah,
send messages.
yeah, this ain't close
Uh,
to actual science at the same
no,
time.
no,
This movie,
no.
yeah,
They would need to put
but it's fine.
chips all over the body.
Yeah, it
Then they
was,
would have to be networked.
yeah, yeah. It was fine
But
for
it's a
me.
nice idea.
It was fine for me, the whole science of this. I let it
Yeah,
go early because, I
yeah,
picked up, okay, this is not actually following anything actual.
yeah,
Yeah, this is purely
yeah.
extrapolative. I take it back. It's not speculative. It is extrapolative now that we go through it. Um, yeah, and also Sten cannot read his mind as well
No.
because he was very paranoid about that. Yes, when it actually occurs, which is, yeah, fair enough, because it goes off speech. Okay. Now, before we get there, though, returning home, Gray and Ash's self-driving car malfunctions and crashes hard and fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we've got a bunch of
I put a
goon.
note here. I put a
Mhm.
note here early on. Functional relationship, dot, dot, dot. Oh, she's dead.
What did you think of Printer Pizza? Would you print a pizza?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
Look,
That'd be-
I'm a carnivore. I like a lovely bit of steak.
okay.
I don't necessarily need it to come from a cow. So if I can print a steak, I'm just as
There you
happy with
go.
that.
Okay.
Does it taste the
I
same?
get
I
you.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I get you. And if that came to non-meat, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I'd be perfectly fine with it. I mean, I get where he's coming from as well, but I'm not of his kind. No. But I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
completely into giving everything over to the machines. That's another
No,
whole
not yet.
podcast. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
To put into a nutshell, that's how I feel about it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we've got our goons, and one of them kills Asher and shoots Gray in the neck, severing his spinal cord.
yeah,
Gray returns home months later as a wheelchair using quadriplegic. Wheelchair is a bit redundant, under the care of his mother, Pamela. I liked the mum. She was good. Good
yeah.
performance. Yes, you can
Yeah,
see
she's all
that
right.
there. There's him there.
Yeah,
It's chair. It's a fancy number. Ash's death and the inability of Detective Cortez to identify their attackers causes Gray to sink into a deep depression. The depression
yeah,
was done well. Yeah.
yeah,
When he had the two robotic arms. The technology was also very sparse, but very striking in its design as
yeah,
well. So you forgot about all
yeah,
the scientific plausibilities of it all because you just go,
yeah.
pretty. I would have that in my house. Yeah.
It looked useful. It
Yeah, it did.
looked like he something that actually had a use.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, and when he was, yeah, pumping the medicine in too much into the arm, yeah, no, he was good in this. You are right. He was very good in this.
Yeah.
He's in the depression after a suicide attempt. Yes, that's with the drugs. Yeah. And STEM, no, not STEM, sorry, the house, whatever it's called, cuts him off.
I think it's
He is,
called Car.
is it Car?
Cara. Cara? Cara?
Kara. Okay. Okay. Ta. He's
Yes.
visited.
So the
Hmm?
car in the house were voiced by an actress called Abby Craden, and it is credited as Cara.
Nice. There you go. Just a, future Alexa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. After a suicide attempt, he is visited by Elon, who convinces him to accept a STEM implant. This is in hospital. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of mad scientist speeches. Yeah.
I mean,
uh,
I put notes here, which is like nice supervillain lair.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. supervillain visit in the hospital. Like Elon really had a supervillain vibe going on. I
Mhm.
think we were meant to think he was the baddie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. He's the because even when she says hello, when he takes Asher to meet him initially, and he goes, "Oh yes, hello, yes, good, hi, yeah, yeah."
Yeah,
This guy doesn't get out much. No, he doesn't get
no,
out much. They cornered all of the things we think about tech. What do they call tech gurus? Whatever you want to call them, without being too on the nose about it. Without being too on the nose. Yeah,
robber
came
barons,
close. Sorry,
robber barons. So back in the day in America, he'd been a robber baron.
how so? How so?
Well, they were the first moguls, and um like
Okay.
they had all the money and they had all the power and they had all the technology. They've just become more mainstream, and they just don't have that. They don't have that robber title in front of them anymore. But
No,
that's
they do
totally what
not.
they are.
Yeah. Certainly Elon. Yes, if you look into how he
Yeah,
actually got rich, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, he's better at stocks than he is at flipping any sort of other technology. Anyway,
yeah. Sorry, folks, we're lefties. All right. Um, I've been referred to by
to
my family
various
as a
degrees, but yes, overall,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. All right.
Artistic types.
Exactly. Okay, so Gray regains control of his limbs. It's great, raising of the
Yeah,
hands and whatnot. It was done well. It was done well. It wasn't too dramatic.
yeah,
And of course, there's a very stringent NDA, non-disclosure agreement between them. You
yeah,
can't tell anyone about STEM. Now, while looking through a drone video of his feet, he's got this on perpetual loop in his lounge room on a giant
yeah,
TV screen, a giant monitor. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. He is obsessed at this stage, obsessed with finding out who killed his wife.
yeah.
Uh, he's trying to find the feet. He's trying to find his wife's murderer. Gray hears Stan speak in his mind.
Yeah.
What does he say? Can I point something out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when he first hears Stem. Yes. And of course, he freaks the fuck out.
Of course he
Um,
does.
Stem says it can help Gray get revenge and quickly identifies one of the assailants. So that's when we learn that the assailant that has a gun implanted into his arms, including into the tissue bullet loading compartment as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And they hold it up like they're, Paul Atreides out of June.
yeah,
And yeah, and just hold it in this conk, and they've got about metal, I don't know what you would call them, ridges or something to hold them. Everything in
yeah,
places
yeah,
visible on the palm. Yeah, it
yeah.
looks good. I thought it looked good. What did you think there, Baron?
I really liked it. I thought it was a nice extrapolation of what the technology would look like.
What? Oh, sorry. Zoom was just telling me that it's lowering my hand. Okay, didn't do that. Whatever, Zoom. Yeah, I agree with you, Baron. Agree with you.
Technology taking up.
Uh, uh, okay.
I will point
Yeah,
out at this moment,
please.
there was a Marvel villain character called Bushwhacker who had a gun arm. So he had similar
Okay.
to this, where he had a gun implanted in his arm, and if he did this, it was a pistol, and if he made a fist, it was a shotgun. Very similar sort of technology.
That's kind of cool. And of course, to throw it out there, even more pop cultural reference, Bushwhackers from New Zealand, the professional wrestlers back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cirque Brentner from the video, which we shall just call them Cirque from here on in. What did we think of Cirque?
So this is the first guy. I liked his performance. Like he seemed like a junkie deadbeat.
hmm hmm Cirque was the big black guy in the bar.
Was he? Hang on.
Yeah, if I'm not
No, no, no.
mistaken.
No, Cirque wasn't the big black guy. Cirque was the
What?
first guy, the guy that he kills in his own lounge room.
Ah, Yeah, okay. My
with the
apologies. What
knife.
better question then? What did you think of the that kill with the knife?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah,
Like he
that's
nearly
yes.
decapitates him through the lips.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen that before. That was yeah,
It's
done
good.
very well
It's
considering the
very good.
resources. Yeah. And of course that's when Stem first takes over Gray. How did you feel about that?
Um, I liked the asking for needing permission thing. The
Hmm.
only thing that kind of annoyed me was the fact that he had to keep speaking out loud. Like there was no way for him to, no other way for him to access that. So it could be
Yeah.
conceived that you could stop him from speaking and then stop him from accessing STEM.
Oh, sure. Is that a plot hole?
No,
Logical?
it's a logic hole, I think, more than anything
Sure.
else.
Okay.
But I mean,
Okay.
later on, like once you got used to STEM, you would go, if I am ever restrained against my will and I cannot speak, I give you permission to take over my body until such time as I have escaped that situation, or something like that. Like you could make a prior agreement with the AI, but he hadn't had
Hmm.
that at that point.
No, no, he had not. He had not. But I mean, it's not a pushback at all, but
No.
I guess he's got to speak though, because we're watching and listening
Yeah,
as well. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um,
Tolan is the big black guy from the bar. Tolan.
thank you, thank you. What do you think of the fight choreography? I thought it was dope. Loved
Oh,
it. Yeah,
out of this world. It was
yeah.
really good.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the camera work that went along with it
Hmm.
just took it to that next level.
Absolutely. The sound design, the when he stands
Yeah,
up
oh
each
yeah,
time, the roll up. Yeah, just little touches like that. Very cool. Very cool.
yeah, that was really good.
Okay, yeah, and he kills Cirque. He kills the fuck out of Cirque. Cirque's
Yeah,
very dead. Okay.
yeah,
Greybag, yeah. He finds out about old bones from the messages on the table because
yep,
everything's all, we've seen in 2018, they were definitely thinking that's what was going to happen next year.
yeah,
That we're going to be
yeah.
waving our fingers to control monitor screens. It's not here yet in 2024. Hope it
Not,
doesn't. Is that
not
going to
yet.
become one of like the flying, not the, well, the flying car, the hoverboard, the
Jetpacks.
jetpacks? Yeah, that we can all function and we're not just madmen from Switzerland.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, and yeah, we see the fight choreography. Stem takes over. Da, 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 da. Cortez later sees drone footage of Gray's wheelchair approaching Cirque's house, but his paralysis negates him as a suspect. Yeah, we
yeah,
remember that moment. She's
yeah.
on his case. She's
Oh
suspicious.
yeah,
Yeah, she's very suspicious at this point. And yeah, she's persistent. Elon has tracked Stem's movements. Yeah, Elon comes to visit and tell him off, basically, and
don't you
berates
be a
Gray.
naughty boy. Don't be a
Yeah,
naughty
stay
boy,
put.
I will
You're not
get
a
you.
vigilante. You're not a
Yeah,
vigilante. Gray reveals Stem is speaking to him. And
yeah,
actually, now that I think about it, his reaction to that, there was a nice little bit of acting.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it really
From both the
was.
character and the actor.
Exactly, exactly. Um, yes, he demands that Gray stops his investigation, basically, at the end.
Yeah,
Gray proceeds to the old bones and finds Tolan, thank you, another of the assailants. Tolan's big black man. He's the
yeah,
muscle. He's hired as
yeah, yeah.
muscle, this
He's got
guy.
thug power.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, great. And there was another of the assailants from the crime scene, though, of course, just to keep us on track there. Gray allows Stem to torture Tolan to death. But yes, that happens at the end. But before we get there, what do we think of him rolling up and just, speaking lip with this very dodgy bar?
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. May I please have your everyone's attention? And then the bartender just going over and turning down the music was just a lovely little piece of
Yeah. It was like the
work.
principal coming in to address the class. Yes,
Yeah,
because someone had written some graffiti on the wall at
yeah,
playtime. Yeah. And of course they laugh.
yeah.
All of the goons just,
Everybody
yeah.
in the bar's looking at him like a dog has just come in and started
It's
speaking,
just,
and it's like, oh, this is interesting. I haven't seen this before. Let's see what it says.
yeah. And then once they actually say something, oh, it's a crazy person who wants to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Tolan takes Gray and he says to, what's the bartender's name? Was it Murray? Something like
Uh,
that. He tells him
technician.
to turn up the music for me, yeah? And Gray says, yeah, don't
He's not credited.
say that again.
Not credited.
Oh, okay. He was cool. He was
Yeah,
absolutely
it's very good.
believable. Definitely.
Good bit of work.
Yeah, and he tells him to turn up the music and he takes him to an unneeded toilet break in the bathroom. And then Stem does his thing. Oh, does Stem do its thing? Stem gets quite vicious here when it takes
Yeah.
over. And that's a sign that this thing, it's got a bit of sadism to it at this point. It's just like, what is
Yeah.
the Stem actually up to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or is that just technology in 2046? Is that just the norm? Jesus Christ. But yeah, very bloody, very gory again. Yeah,
I, I
this whole
like
scene.
I like that we didn't necessarily see the actual work, but we got to
Thank
hear
you.
it and
We got to hear the
see Gray's
aftermath.
reaction as he turns back around. He says, when Stem says, "You don't have to look," and he turns his head away, and then you hear the noise.
Mhm.
That's a really nice bit of storytelling.
Yes, and then Gray says, "Stop now, Stem. You can stop now, Stem." Because Stem, yeah, doesn't stop at first. Yeah, and Stem's
Yeah.
going fast,
Yeah.
slicing up the face. And then, yes, we do see it. Yeah, we do
Yeah.
see it. He does
And what
turn
is
it
it
up.
Stem
And
says? He will tell you anything you want to know now.
yeah. Spanish Inquisition style.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, yep, so that happens. All right. Leaving the bar, Gray stumbles and Stem informs him that Elon is attempting to shut them down remotely. Yes, because of course
Yep.
Elon can do that. Stem directs Gray to a nearby hacker, Jamie, found Jamie on the dark web, who
Yep.
manages, of course, it still exists then,
Of
to
course.
remove, who manages to remove Stem's input guard. First of all, what did we think of Jamie the hacker, the non-binary hacker?
Fine. Good performance. That I think that was another room that seemed underdressed, but I
No, but
liked,
intentionally so.
yeah,
That was
because
the
of the VR.
because of the VR, and she doesn't, this is just one of her squats. Because when she gets up
Yeah,
and goes, she's not, connected to this place at
yeah,
all. Yeah, no, I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that worked for them. Yeah, and also
I like,
before, sorry, if I may, before,
yeah, I was gonna say I like the
he,
fact that they saved money on showing the tech and the screen. It's like you don't need to show this. You only need to show the hacker.
nice, yeah, nice, very good, very good. That's very true. Um, I don't know what purpose it served, but were there glass shards that were lit by UV light on the ground?
Yes.
Yeah, they were just glass shards. Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
hypodermic needles, pill capsules, anything like that. They
No,
were just straight up shards.
no, it
Yeah.
wasn't solid.
Didn't serve a purpose, but looked great. And that was
It was
just
amazing.
before that, the hacker squat. What do we think of the VR guys who have been there for days? They don't sleep. They're in rags and they're just flailing around. Yeah.
Some really nice background actor work.
It was good. It was good. Absolutely. I also liked the exchange between Jamie and Gray, the generational gap between them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that humor was done really well. That humor was done really well. Yeah, no, I like the scene. I like the scene. Okay, but yeah, and Gray is paraplegic at this point, and
Yep.
Elon is coming. Sorry, give me a sec. Just find a minute. Okay, she manages to remove. Jamie manages to remove Stem's input guard, then leaves just as Fisk arrives.
Yep.
Gray,
Fisk being
yeah,
the head of the bad goons, the guys that killed
yes.
his wife.
Okay, there we go. What do we think of Fisk?
I liked Fisk as the mastermind of the group.
Mhm, mhm.
The fact that Fisk seemed to have more technology than the others, or at least, or maybe even a greater control over the technology implanted inside him.
Yeah, a lot of it illegal, I'm sure. Even
Yeah,
after being a returning veteran government lab experiment.
I
Yes,
liked
because
the getting the image out of the eye with the finger. We got the images
to
of
get
Grey
the
like that.
information.
Well,
Yeah,
any eye stuff freaks me out.
yeah, because it's basically like the eye is a recording camera for everyone in the future, it seems. Yeah, as well as
Yeah,
magnifying glass, digital zoom, blah 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 blah, whatever, magnifying
yeah.
glass. I'm so old.
Telescope.
Few master.
Yeah, yeah. But he had like almost X-ray vision, thermovision, like yeah.
Yeah. Um, who's the actor, please? Who was the actor?
Um,
Uh,
the actor that played Fisk is a gentleman by the name of Benedict Hardy.
okay.
Benedict Hardy
He was a
has
good heel,
been
a great heel.
Smile, Pet Cemetery,
Oh,
Quiet Place,
he's a horror
Hacksaw
actor.
Ridge,
Yeah, no, he's a horror
Invisible
actor. Yeah,
Man.
cool.
There's a
All
TV
right.
series coming up in Queensland called Nautilus.
I'll have a look. I'll have a
It's
look.
a comedy TV series called Colin from Accounts.
Okay.
And he plays a Russian in the first season of NCIS Sydney. Shout outs to my good mates Todd Lachance and Mike Knott, who work on that and are in that. So yeah,
Nice. Okay, but he's got a good got a bit of a horror
yeah,
pedigree behind him there. That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
He was in
cool,
an
cool.
episode
'Cause
of Mr. In Between. He was in Necrotronic.
he was too. And I don't remember him from Mr. In Between because I love that show as well.
He was only in one episode, and he was played a
Yeah,
character
I
called
don't remember.
Lefty.
No, I can't place him. Can't place him.
No,
Um,
he probably
but
just get
yeah,
killed really quickly.
yeah. But no, he's very effective. He's a great heel.
Yeah.
He's got the voice, he's got
Oh,
the eyes, he's got the look.
yeah.
Yeah, his evolve and the way he just embraced being evolved, upgraded, of a higher class. He was very classist about it all. And the nanotechnology that he has within him when he can sneeze.
Oh, that nanobot thing was brilliant.
That's what happens to the bartender. Don't hold a gun to this guy.
Uh,
He can sneeze and have nanobots fly through the air, protrude saber-like blades that go into your brain and just may turn it into chop suey. Great death.
yeah. Yeah,
Great death. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a sci-fi horror moment. That's sci-fi horror there. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So that's what happens to the bartender, but old bones, what's going to happen to that? Who knows? Who cares?
yeah.
Okay. Gray returns home. Only sorry, I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything. He kills Fisk's companions, but Fisk gets away. Yeah. Gray returns home only for Pamela to see him walking, forcing him to reveal Stem's existence. Hi, Mum. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah. So they have that
I've just killed three
conversation.
guys.
They have that conversation, yeah. But
Mm.
this was pre-established as well because there were nice touching moments where he was crying when Mum was brushing the hair because he's helpless, but Mum's not going to go anywhere. She loves her son. This was pre-established. So, you've got to keep step. She wants him to keep step, yeah. To be
Yeah.
happy. Aren't you happy? Yeah.
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 Ugh.
Okay, Cortez arrives to interrogate them after finding Gray's wheelchair. This is our black female detective. Gray's wheelchair suspiciously abandoned at the old Bones outside because that's right, he runs off. And there's that other
Yeah.
guy in the wheelchair with a bit, you faker. Then he stands up and sits in the chair. Upgrade. I've got an upgrade. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, it was abandoned at the old Bones. She leaves after planting a listening device on Gray's jacket. Gray wishes to give up the hunt. He gives up at this point. He's dejected, but Stem explains that Fisk will track them down and kill them. Stem then
Yeah.
reveals that the hack, and we're talking about loose science in this moment. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
where it
Yeah.
got real flippin' wobbly. That the hack reveals that the hack gives it free control of Gray's body. Yes, let's just say that. Stem
Yeah.
uses Gray to drive to Fisk, causing an automated car to malfunction and crash into Cortez. So this moment's cool.
Almost like what happened to him and his wife.
Hey, reflection. Yes. What did you think of this though? I liked the way he took over the car. Perhaps I can help. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, move, boom, because he couldn't take over
Yeah.
his Firebird because it's not electronic, and neither is what's the
Yeah.
name, Cortez, because she likes to
Yeah.
bang on doors and da. So there is
Yeah.
that kind of a nemesis type thing, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they're going for, isn't it? Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're kind of equal footing. They're of a certain ilk, both of them. Isn't that basically a nemesis, I think, rather than
Yeah.
enemy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two sides of the same coin. The
Yeah.
the um
Joker Batman, been
the Joker
famous
Batman,
as well.
Holmes and Moriarty,
Yeah.
MacGyver
Okay.
and Murdoch.
Nemesis the Warlock and Talker Media. Do you know that one?
No.
That's 2001, where
Okay.
where Judge Dredd comes from. It comes from the
Oh,
2001 magazine. Yeah,
right.
that
Yes. Yeah.
big.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no. I'm aware
Yeah.
of what you're talking about now.
It's
Yes.
one of the stories. It's one of the serial stories that was in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Have it. Look it up. Look it up. I want a soundtrack here, but yeah. But that magazine had all sorts of great stories in it.
Yeah.
Road Trooper, Slanye the Barbarian. Yeah, yeah. That's where
So
Judge Dredd comes from, children.
the magazine.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, Gray returns home. Yes, Mum has already found out. All right, so we've had the car crash. Yes, the car crash was
Yep.
cool. I like the way. Oh no, that's right. I'm going back to the first one, but I liked the way when he tied Asher, belted her up, and then he flew against the window, and then the window was shown to absorb digitally the impact. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
done well. Just to call back to that. Break, water. Okay. Cortez returns to Gray's home, where Pamela explains STEM. What? Cortez doesn't know about STEM until the very end.
I don't think they get into specifics in this
They
conversation.
do mention it.
I can't remember.
Neither can I. I guess it's fine. Doesn't really matter either way. Anyway, sorry.
I think that the extent of the explanation is that he's had some experimental surgery, which is why he's now able to walk again. And I don't think they mention this. I don't think she mentions the specifics of the the chip.
Yes, because Gray has been quite, adamant, do not say anything, you can't say anything.
Yeah,
He hasn't said otherwise someone's going to kill you, but he has
yeah,
been assertive about it. All right. Gray and Stem find Fisk, who reveals he was only hired to paralyze Gray so he could be implanted. Fisk's
yeah,
own upgrades outpace Gray's movements in the fight scene. Gray taunts Fisk with the death of Cirque, his
yeah,
brother. This is it.
yeah,
Yep, this was done well. That was done well. Allowing Stem to gain the upper hand and kill Fisk because Fisk also tells Gray, you're being emotional. Never do that. And he became emotional in that moment. It was a nice little
yeah,
callback.
yeah,
Fisk's phone, which is an earpiece in this world,
yeah,
reveals messages from Elon suggesting he orchestrated all of the events. And and then when they show you, it's like, of course he did. But did you
of
pick it up
course.
at all? Did you pick it up at
Oh,
all?
look, when I first saw it, I did get that creepy sort of supervillain vibe from Elon.
Mhm.
Um,
Absolutely. And I was very suspicious of Stan, but I thought it was
yeah,
all Elon. I don't honestly think
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
all Elon. Yeah.
yeah. Same here.
Because this guy's obviously is going to turn out to be sadistic. That's why there's touches of sadism in this thing that
Yeah,
he's created. It's his own
yep,
character in this. But
yeah,
no, it's an entirely different personality, for want of a better word, in STEM,
yeah,
who has its own agenda entirely and has been orchestrating Elon, who has in turn been orchestrating Jay this whole time. Sorry, Gray
yeah,
this whole time. Yeah. It's a cool reveal. Regardless if you pick it up, there's people out there, who would pick it up in 5 minutes. Don't let that be a turn off, though. Yeah,
yeah.
because the way it's written and plotted out, I think it's done well.
Very effective. Very
Yeah, I
effective.
think it's very done well. But wait, there's more. But wait,
I'm
there is more. Okay.
excited.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It is so good. Okay. Fist Phones reveals messages from Elon suggesting he indeed did orchestrate all of the events. Gray storms
Yeah,
into Elon's home, killing all personnel in his path. He is on the warpath.
yeah,
It's Blitz. Go away, annoying, terrible motorbike. Is on Blitzkrieg here. Yeah, it's just kill them all.
yeah.
But he is
Scorched
held
earth.
at yeah, but he is held at gunpoint by Cortez. Cortez does not give up. Cortez is kind of annoying at this point, but that's fine. Before he
Yeah,
can kill Elon, our gun is pointed at Elon by Gray at this point of time. Elon confesses how Stem forced him to do its bidding. Yes. Um, Having long since come to dominate all aspects of Elon's life. I haven't run this company in decades. Someone far smarter than I could ever be has runs it and tells me what to do, and it's STEM, blah blah blah. Okay,
yeah.
so give me a sec.
You're right. It's all good.
Having long since come to dominate all aspects of Elon's life in pursuit of its goal to become human. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the
Yeah,
whole thing with STEM. STEM kills Elon and attempts to kill Cortez through Gray. Through Gray.
yeah,
Gray's fighting over this, fights for the control over his own body. And then, rather than shoot Cortez, yeah, he's trying to move his arm away. Cortez is on the ground, puts the gun to the stone temple, bang.
yeah.
Gray wakes up in a hospital room, not paralyzed whatsoever. It's that angelic white wake up from a dream. I'm
Lovely
sure when I
light and everyone.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure when I first saw this, I was like, "What the fuck? Excuse me."
Yeah,
Not a fan of this approach. Okay, Asher arrives. There's his wife. She's not dead. There's no
he's not
bullet
dead.
anywhere to be seen.
No,
No. Asher explains he has been unconscious for 2 days. They had a crash. Bit of a
4
mishap.
days.
A whoopsie.
Oh,
A whoopsie.
car crash.
Yeah. In reality, Gray is still in Elon's home, children. Stem is in full
Yeah,
control and explains to Cortez that the psychological strain has finally broken Gray's mind and that he is in a better place. And again,
yeah,
with Mr. Marshall's acting here, where he goes deadpan robot cyborg completely, Beautifully
Yeah,
done. I don't know if they blacked out his eyes with some contact lenses there now that I think back, because his
possibly.
eyes were particularly dead during
And
this, little revelation,
yeah,
reveal.
and his voice was more like Stem's.
Yes,
I don't know whether they
100%.
did it with ADR or whether the actor did it, but yeah, his
Yeah,
voice
no, you're
went
right.
more.
Yeah, 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 correct, correct. Okay, so this is where it's not, oh, it was all a dream. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay. His mind is broken. He is in a better place. Stem kills Cortez. Goodbye. Boom. And leaves. And as he leaves, the lights go off behind him. And
Yeah.
the epic synthwave score builds up for, the final song, the ending theme.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. It's not a happy ending. No,
No.
the bad guy won this time, Stem from all
Right.
along. What do we think of the ending? What do we think it's saying there? Because it is saying
It's
something.
saying there's more of this to come.
Mhm. How do you mean?
I think Leigh Whannell planned to do either a TV series or another movie after this.
Okay, I
I think this
thought
is only
that's
the
what you
first
meant.
half of the story.
Okay. That's never going to happen. I don't know if that was ever the case. That's never going to happen. He went into a meeting to talk about upgrade. He didn't say whether it was for future installments. They introduced him to the idea of the Invisible Man at that meeting. And
Okay.
basically, he said, we need some help with this. We want to launch this dark universe thing. No, they had already launched it with the mummy.
Yeah.
And so they were just wanted on some help on how to flesh it out, how to build it up. And and because we need a bad guy for the Invisible Man, sorry, to fight. And he goes, oh, no, 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 I can solve this problem. Just make the Invisible Man the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like penny drop. And he walked out, left, and got a call that day. They love your idea. You've got them. You're directing the Invisible Man. Sorry, upgrade. And,
It's listed as being in pre-production.
seriously? For what?
Yeah.
Movie or like a
TV
sequel?
series.
TV
TV
series
series.
for upgrade.
Yeah.
Apologies. 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 Did you know that before?
But
You'd
but
heard that before?
yes, but
Okay.
there's no date on it.
There's no date
So
on
it
it.
could
Okay.
yet still be what you said,
Okay.
but
Okay.
something may
Okay.
still yet come.
All right. All right. All right. Hopefully, I'll watch it. I'll watch the
Yeah,
fuck
me
out of it.
too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, where were we? How did we get here?
We're at the end.
We're at the end.
Yeah.
Sorry, the ending. What did you think it was trying to say sociologically in terms of a technology and its impact on mankind? Well, sorry, humankind.
Technology is going to kill us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely dystopic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subtext,
It,
text.
all right. Was Gray basically the voice of Lee in this, being the writer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
He's
think
definitely
I agree.
his point of view character.
Yeah. 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 No, you are correct. You are correct. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, it's hard to, I mean, this stuff's increasing and it has increased certainly since 2018. And it's
Yeah.
increased a lot and it's still increasing more at a faster pace than it was in 2018. So yeah, I'm not saying that technology is going to
Okay.
kill us, but it's becoming
Case
all
in point.
encompassing. Hmm?
Case in point, Mr. Popcorn.
Please, Baron.
Hey, Google, turn off the man cave lights.
Man cave
Yeah.
lights off.
Hey, Google, turn on the man cave lights.
Man cave
Yeah.
light.
Why would STEM want to become human? What's it jealous of?
Not emotion, because it never mentioned that.
No, it's not emotional at all. It's sadistic, that's its only emotion.
Until STEM got into Gray's body, STEM was in a computer somewhere and had no real agency. So
Mhm.
the human
Mm.
looks more to STEM because of our physical mobile agency.
Yeah, yeah. And there are little hints of that actually when it's talking about alcohol. It doesn't understand why we'd want to purposefully make ourselves malfunction.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to go a little faster than that. You need to approach this differently, constantly
yeah.
criticizing actually all the
Oh
way
yeah,
through. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. It can basically do it better than we can. Yeah,
yeah. I can be better.
yeah.
I can be better than you can be you.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And the fact that it's called STEM, because science, technology, engineering, maths. Yes? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. All right. No, it's great. It's a good dystopic tale. And yeah, the I'm just saying it for me. The twist is not obvious. The twist is not
No,
obvious. Yeah, yeah.
no, because the actor did such a good job of playing
Mhm.
Elon, and
Yeah,
the set designers and the production designers did such a good job of making him look like a supervillain.
yeah,
You don't pick up on STEM properly until about when STEM reveals that
yeah.
they're behind everything.
Absolutely. And there's enough going on. There's enough engaging exchange between Gray and STEM, along with other examples, including humor between Gray and STEM, that distracts you from
Yeah.
focusing too much on what STEM is up to,
Yeah.
on those
STEM keeps
little
helpful.
foreshadowing moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. What do you give it? What's your bucket? What bucket is this popcorn going into?
I'm gonna give it a 4. I really enjoyed the action. I really enjoyed the humor. I really enjoyed the horror. I really enjoyed the sci-fi-ness of it. It might even go to a 4.5. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna
Well,
give it a 4.5.
I'm happy with
It
that.
hit a lot of buttons.
I'm happy with that. I'm going to give it a strong 3.5.
Okay.
Strong 3.5. The only reasons that it's not a 4, the rewatchability is not high. It's not super
No,
high. No.
no.
Yeah. So when I watched it the second day, did find myself doing a lot of other things on other device. Not a lot, but I was, yeah, straying.
You're
Yeah.
right. It's a 4.
Okay. Okay.
The rewatchability takes it down because I mean, once you've seen it once, nothing's a surprise anymore.
Yeah. Exactly. You can
So
spot
on a
bits
first
that
watch,
you
it's
didn't spot on the first time. Yeah.
yeah, but rewatch it goes lower. Yeah, 4.
But 3.54, that's very strong. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
two very satisfying, two delicious there. And that, yeah,
yeah,
I think that sums it up. Very satisfying to delicious. Yeah. Definitely worth checking out. We like Whannell. Yeah.
yeah,
If you ever hear this, Whannell, we would love to have you on. Yes.
yeah.
Because,
Put us
yeah,
in your
we want to.
movies.
Well, there is that. We all act. We all
Yeah,
love film. We all love horror. And we just want to celebrate and continue to spread the word as we are here at Evil
yeah,
Popcorn Pod about Australian horror, especially the legends like yourself.
yeah.
One's cool, but you, you were now. That's just me speaking for me.
No, I'd agree.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I look forward to your Wolfman. We will absolutely be going to the movies for that. Yeah, yeah,
Love a good
definitely.
werewolf movie.
Great. Yeah, of course, of course. And also a great way to start off the year.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
Nosferatu, Wolfman. All we need is a really good Frankenstein film to round it out.
There is one coming, isn't there? Yeah,
Ah,
one moment. You don't know about this. This is funny. This is Frankenstein, but the butt's not banned.
oh, Mia Goth.
Yeah. Is it Patterson?
Gorman. Ooh, I've met Bern Gorman.
Is it Patterson as
See,
well?
yeah, I see. I want a modern Frankenstein.
Upcoming film. This one is, I believe.
No, this is
I'm just
Guillermo
bring,
del Toro.
yeah. Oh, I'm just looking at the production stills here. Let's bring them up. Let's bring them up for the children. See, yeah, okay, okay. That's not modern. My apologies. Am I thinking of another horror movie that's classic that's been turned modern? So I've got the right
Yeah,
one here. This is Frankenstein 2025.
yeah, with Mia Goth.
Yeah.
Looks amazing though. Like, don't get me wrong. I will watch the fuck out of this because I
I
do
mean,
love a
it's
good Frankenstein film.
These are very good stills.
David Bradley. Oh, he plays the blind man. Awesome.
Yep, yep, and Del Toro is directing, not just
Yeah,
producing.
Charles Dance, Jacob
Yep.
Elordi. Oh, Jacob Elordi is the monster. That's great casting.
Okay, here's the cast, their children.
Christoph Waltz. Oh, Christoph Waltz is going to be in this. Hello, Christoph.
Volts is, yeah, that's, you want to see how it's done? Just hold my cognac.
Yeah, that's right. I was in Django Unchained and in
I mean, I
Glorious
look forward
Past.
to it, yeah, but apologies. I'm thinking of another movie I can't place at the moment. That is a
I
modern
play a lot
readaptation
of
of a classic.
Germans. I play a lot of Nazis.
Let me have a
Only
look
because
here.
it's kind of villainous accent. Uh, Lisa Frankenstein, Young Frankenstein.
Yep.
I do want to see a modern Frankenstein. That would be kind of cool.
Patterson's got Batman Part 2. Which
Yes.
that's next year. Well, that's closer than I thought. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We definitely will be seated for that
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
I think the villain in this one's going to be Clayface, which is kind of interesting.
that is interesting. Good. I like that they're looking outside the usual suspects.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's about time, actually. Very cool. And with the way that the Penguin show is developing,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if this is where we're going with Batman, if this is the new universe, because, Folle do shit the bed. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
this
Deuce.
nice. This is looking like where they'll go because yeah, it's making a lot of money. HBO's real happy, or Max, whatever the fuck,
Yep.
is real happy.
They're great.
So
They're great.
yeah,
Like
so
Colin Farrell's killing it as the Penguin. Everyone in that is great. The
Sophia,
world is Sophia. Oh, mm, genius.
incredible. Yeah, incredible, incredible. So they've got the strong female villain, and Colin is extraordinary. I've only seen him once when he was vulnerable at the start, when he was at home, and I could hear the Colin Farrell accent and voice come through. That's it.
Yeah,
5 hours. Yeah.
yeah.
I could barely recognize him at all still. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. What else have you been watching? Just quickly, anything else you want to recommend?
Teacup. Teacup is very good. It's the
Mm-hmm.
TV series based on the novel Stinger by Robert McCammon, which is a sci-fi horror. It's very good. I won't reveal anything here. There's a lot to reveal for it. I don't want to give any spoilers, but get hold of it. It's real proper late 80s, early 90s horror.
Yeah, that's on my queue list. That's definitely on my to see list. Absolutely.
What else? Uh, What We Do in the Shadows has just dropped again. I'm a big fan of that show.
Nice, nice. Yes, let's make a horror specific if that's okay with you there, sir.
Yeah, yeah, no, by all means. Let's have a look what's on my list. Here's my list.
I'm just bringing up a horror influencer on the YouTubes that I watch pretty religiously. Of course, there's Spooky Astronauts. Shout out over there in Perth. I have subscribed to your Patreon there. Love your work there, Spooky. Baron?
Let's see. Hysteria, another TV series that has
I've
just
heard
come out.
that's
Hasn't
cool.
started.
Yeah, they talk about that on Dead Meat.
Satanic
Those
Panic
Dead
kind
Meat
of era.
affiliates. Yeah,
And
I've heard.
Agatha all
On.
along.
Sorry, say that again.
Agatha all along
Okay,
the
how's it
Marvel.
going? How's that going? How's
Really
Aubrey?
good.
How's my girl Aubrey
I mean,
going? Good.
I will probably do a recap of it once it's done. So do
Cool.
up a
Thank
little
you.
sort of
That'd be
audio
great.
podcast of that one. I'm really enjoying it. If people are looking for some Marvel horror, it fits the bill. You don't really need to know that much about what's gone before. It's nicely explained. And if you did want just something just to watch, it's a one-off. Werewolf by Night, Marvel's Werewolf by Night is very good.
Fantastic. That's cool. Thank you for that. I will shout out to Cody Leach. I don't know if you know him there. He's a YouTube horror influencer. He is of our age, so The Lost Boys is his favorite horror movie of all time. So it's certainly of our demographic. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just bring up a picture of his channel for you there, children. Yeah, because there's a lot of friends of mine, myself to a degree, certainly a lot of our listeners who are into punk, heavy metal, action movies, as well as horror. There's that crossover, of course, and he's a good one he's a good YouTuber influencer. He doesn't call himself that. He's not like that. Trust us, he is of our age. But yeah, no, he covers everything really well. He's got great things like the tier lists and all that sort of thing, and breaks down, certain arguments and discussions in horror. But he also just covers all of the new stuff as it comes out without spoilers. So if you're unsure and he is of your liking, you vibe with him, he's a good one to check out. Definitely. Shout out to you, sir. Yeah. Splatfest is coming.
Yes. People should get around that. That'll be at Evil Corp.
Yes, it will be at Evil Corp. Shout out to Evil Corp. Come visit us in the next couple of weeks. Well, this will be around Halloween, so just get down. Just come down. Just come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, shout out Cade. You can message him at Splatter VHS if you are interested. It's going to be in February next year, so plenty of time. And basically, if it's anything horror or horror related adjacent that would vibe to, we've got goth and metal bands who have already signed up. The horror community culture is going to vibe with that sort of thing, certainly a decent part of it. So just think along those lines, and then please come along. And if you just want to come along and see the show, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, cool. And what have we got out at the moment? Terrifier 3, thank you so much. I was really hoping that would do well, and it's doing really well at this stage, like really well. The best numbers we've had, apart from the breast room reaction. That's going to become a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Terrifier. It's art. Yeah, as long as you were generally in the ocean, you were going to catch a wave. You're going to catch a wave. So that got on Art's back. It worked. Thank you, Art. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, David, and everyone involved in just giving us this gift of horror to the world and getting it to #1 at near $50 million. Yeah, where horror maybe even be respected in the future. Yes, by the people that give filmmakers money. Yes, and people like Toni Collette can win a goddamn Oscar for giving such performances, such as Hereditary. Because what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's drama. Yeah. You guys like the drama. That, yeah. Anyways, Baron, what say you? Anything else?
We'll probably look at going to see Rippy, the zombie kangaroo movie. I'm guessing at some stage in the near future.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the goddamn Serbian film is coming out soon. Yay.
Yeah, good luck to you.
It's fun. It's mess. My goddamn masochist, because like spicy food.
Yes.
I react wildly. I'm just sweating. For those that know me, it comes out the top of my head or my fontanelle like some sort of fountain. It's bizarre. Paper towels. But then, but I love it at the same time. It's got that kind of feeling to put some levity to the situation. But do check it out if you're curious out there, more disturbed little popcorn kernels. I know there's some of you out there. Yeah, okay. I'm basically just filling in air at the moment with my voice, Baron. Shall we end this?
Look, I've got a couple of shout outs. Obviously, shout outs to Evil Corp.
Please.
Shout outs to Supernova. Supernova's coming up. If you come along to that in Brisbane, you'll see me on stage. I'm interviewing some of the stars that are there. Splatfest coming up in February next year. So there's a website for that. Message Kate if you're interested in helping out. Act React, I'll always mention. Improv Queensland, I'll always mention. And IFWG Publishing. Once the Cthulhu book is available, I'll make sure people are aware so that you can all buy copies and give money to people other than me, which is fine. It's all good. I get paid by the word. I'm all good.
Please use the page. Please use the page and such to promote them. Get that.
100%
as well, because that's dope.
Yeah,
that's really cool to get some literature, certainly from you out there. Fantastic. Yeah, cool. Yes, it's all fun. We're enjoying it very much so. Yes, horror is fun.
What are we doing next?
What are we doing next? What are we doing next? Okay, so the Amityville Horror is going to be released. I'm dropping that tomorrow. So, what are we at? That'll be on the 25th. That's dropping. This, of course, then is the 24th. So it's your choice. Because I threw out Upgrade.
Ooh, okay.
Can be whatever, Australian horror, classic, doesn't matter at this stage. We're off to the races at this stage, basically.
Let's do. You know what? I'm going to pick at random.
Please, yeah, let's do that. Let's do
All
that.
right. Let me go into my list.
Because there's my favorite horrors out there that I really want, like Pan's Labyrinth, man. Love to do a Pan's Labyrinth episode, that sort of thing. The Autopsy of
Mr.
Jane
Pop.
Doe. Yes,
Mr.
Baron.
Pop, give me a number between 1 and 30.
5,
Okay.
my favorite.
We've done that one. Give me another number.
33. Oh, no, 1 and 30. 27. Dun, dun, dun,
27.
dun. What is it?
Bait 3D from 2012.
Oh, okay. I'm doing it. Of course. Stepping out to the plate. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. What have you done? Let's have a look. Do you know this?
Oh, yeah.
This sounded like recognition, kind of. Yeah. Okay.
So Bait is
Yeah,
one
of course.
of mine and Pirate Queen's date movies. So, yeah.
Cool. If Pirate Queen wants to come on.
I
But it's
will
a creature feature. It's a giant shark movie. Of course, he chose it. Yeah.
Well,
of course, this came
normal
to
size
him.
sharks. Normal size
Sorry?
sharks, but they're in a shopping mall.
Oh, it's that movie. I've heard about this. Yeah, okay. Colors of the Dark, Hurricane, Rebecca McKendry, their podcast. They do deep dives, Patreon. Deep dives, and this is one of the deep dives they mentioned, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, their children, find Bait 3D and watch it and join us. On the iceberg, we'll see. We do this organically out of the conversation that arises. Yeah. Because we did Salo, and then I said, Serbian film is doing kind of the same thing as Salo, but it does it better. So let's do Salo. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, tune into that one.
I am thinking, though, we could also branch out to do New Zealand horror. There's a couple that I wouldn't mind doing. Killer Sofa or Dying Breed, and The Frighteners. I'd love to do The Frighteners. So, yeah.
Frighteners is on my list to do for Kiwi horror. Absolutely. I would like to, let's not forget Peter Jackson's early gore movies. That would be great to get on the pod.
Meet the Feebles, Brain Dead.
Yeah. Brain Dead. And what's the other one?
Bad Taste.
Thank you. The first one. That's the first one.
Yeah.
I would also like to do Heavenly Creatures. It's a true, you know that one? The true crime movie that's set in my hometown at the university in which I got my degree. Yeah. Yeah. It's a big macabre tale from my land. So I would love to do that one as well. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's venture out into New Zealand. But Bait 3D first. Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. So there we go. Yeah, stay dope, stay dangerous there, children. And watch Upgrade. 100%.
Yeah.
Baron?
Go to bed, children. Go to bed.
Whoa.